I've been having a lot of fun playing the new solos mode in Apex Legends Season 21, and I hope you are as well. Along with this cool new mode, we have gotten a load of new challenges, but none of them are particularly notable except for one, which is the solos 20 bomb. I personally spent a few days grinding for this badge, and let me tell you now that it is quite difficult. I would say that it is probably more difficult than the regular 20 bomb. So today I'm going to try and give you guys these strategies that I personally use to get me to this badge. But why would you take my advice? After all, I'm just another guy on the internet, right? Well, I only recently got back into playing Apex Legends after a break for well over a year. But when I used to play this game religiously, I was, believe it or not, quite a decent player. I did used to play high level ranked at one point, so although my mechanical skill might still be a bit rusty, I do still have a decent level of knowledge. So for your character selection, it really is up to you which character you want to play, but I would personally choose a character with a lot of movement such as Octane, Revenant, Horizon, etc. Now, a movement character will not only help you in fighting situations, but also if you do happen to get yourself stuck in a gap where you cannot find anyone, or if you're just traversing if you happen to have misjudged the ring a little. As for looting, I would highly recommend you go with the following. So the fights in this mode are pretty much all close range fights, so for your secondary you will want to run a shotgun. And I cannot stress that enough because a shotgun in this mode will be your third party lifesaver. I honestly could not count the amount of times that a shotgun has won me fights against third parties. If you are getting third partied and are low on health, use your shotgun and use your surroundings to potentially jiggle peek them, save your health and deal tons of damage. In my 20 bomb game, I didn't actually use a shotgun and used an SMG instead, but there were quite a few situations where I wish that I did find a shotgun instead, as they're just super good at finishing fights quickly. As for your primary weapon, I would suggest using a gun with good mid to long range capabilities, but more importantly a gun with good hipfire accuracy, because like I said before, most of your fights are going to be up close and personal. Personally, my go-to would be something like the Nemesis, as I think it is really good this season and its mid-range shooting capabilities are unmatched and its ability to shoot at long ranges too. Plus the hipfire on this thing is great, which makes it a nice gun to swap to just in case. Alternatively, I think the Hemlock is a great choice too. Although its long range shooting is great, it does lack slightly in the close range department. You could also use the Volt, as it still shoots great in the mid range, although it does lack in the long range department. Its close range is fantastic and the ADS moving speed is super quick and its hipfire accuracy is amazing. So jumping straight into things, the challenge starts right as you load into the game. This step is very important, so make sure you make the right decisions here. So you're going to want to open your map up and note what direction the ring is going to end and land in a hot zone somewhere around there. So in this game, which was the 20 bomb game, I note that the ring is going to be pulling towards the south of the map, so I quickly make my decision to drop at Lava Siphon. So the reason we do this is because this is where people are going to respawn. Even if everyone is landing at Fragment but the ring isn't pulling there, I would still avoid it and go somewhere where the ring is going, because even if you were to survive Fragment with 10 kills, you would leave a massive gap in the middle of the game where you won't be able to find anyone because everyone has respawned where the ring is going. This just allows you to be constantly fighting new people and, increasing your success rate. Just another example, this is a game on Broken Moon where the ring is going to be pulling to the north of the map, which means I want to land somewhere in Stasis Array or maybe even the Core or Alpha Base. Even though Quarantine Zone probably has the most off-drop fights, landing there is still likely to create a gap where you're not going to find anyone and you'll be stuck running around trying to find them. When you were landing, I actually would not suggest landing directly in the middle of the hotspot. Although you might be able to pick up quite a few kills, it can be quite difficult to get out of those situations because of all the people respawning and landing on top of you. So what I suggest doing instead is landing on the outskirts of the POI, as you will be able to pick up solid guns and plenty ammo, etc. As well, there's usually between 2 and 3 people doing the exact same thing, meaning you can pick up a few kills easily, as well as loot up even more. Whereas landing right in the center of everything means you're pretty much relying on RNG to feed you a usable weapon. So in this game, I note that there is a Wraith landing in the building next to me, so I quickly loot up with the best guns I can find, as well as equipping myself with a few arc stars. I then push the Wraith and clean her up nice and quickly before moving into the middle to try and third party and pick myself up a few more kills. Next thing you need to keep in mind is that you need to keep moving. If you spend too much time holding a position or looting, all of the players are going to die off before you get a chance to get your 20 bomb. So listen carefully to the fights going around you and push the nearest one you hear. The other thing you want to pay attention to is the kill feed. Listen to the guns that are being shot around you and keep in mind what you were pushing. If you're hearing a flatline and a peacekeeper going off around you and you see in the kill feed that someone has been knocked by one of those guns, chances are you're pushing a full health player. If you do not see anyone getting killed by that type of gun, chances are you're pushing into 2 lower health players, meaning you could potentially kill both and add 2 more kills to your counter. Once you have won your fight, do not spend too much time looting. Grab an armor swap, grab ammo, and maybe grab meds if you were low, but be quick about it. In this mode, meds matter a lot less, as you're guaranteed a swap and full flesh health, meaning if you aren't desperate, you don't really need anything else besides ammo and armor. So less time looting, more time fighting. Another big point to mention is that you need to stay healthy. Fights are happening every second in this mode, which means chances of you getting third partied are high. So try your best to get used to armor swapping quickly, as you never know when an Octane is going to tap strafe around a corner and 90 pump you in the forehead with a PK. Also, you already know, but when a player is killed for the first time, they do not drop a death box, but instead drop a few stacks of ammo and an armor swap. And what I found is that a lot of these armor swaps are lying around all over the place, so try to take a mental note of where one of these might be lying, as you can always go back to it later if you're in a tight situation and pick one up. Doing this has saved my life a load. So basically, these are all just guidelines that helped me when trying to get my 20 bomb, but really, it's not like if you don't follow one of these rules, then the world is going to explode and you'll never get your badge. It's pretty much just general rules that can help. I mean, I even broke my own rules by not using a shotgun, and I still got it, and if I can get it, anyone can. So let me know how your badge grind is going in the comments, and I will see you all in the next one.